back to the channel. So in today's video I am going to discuss about the Indian Constitution, particularly the features of Indian Constitution. So it was in 1934 the first idea of Constituent Assembly put forward by M.N. Roy, the pioneer of communist movement in India. And in 1935 Indian National Congress, that is INC, first time they demanded the Constituent Assembly to frame the Constitution of India. Later in 1938, Jawaharlal Nehru on behalf of Indian National Congress declared the Constitution of Free India must be framed without the interference of outsiders. The demand was finally accepted in principle by British government and what is known as August Offer of 1940. Okay. Moving on to the formulation of Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly was constituted in November 1946 under the scheme formulated by Cabinet Mission Plan, and the features of schemes were: the total strength of the Constituent Assembly was to be 389. Of these, 296 seats were to be allotted to British India and 93 seats to the princely states. Out of 296 seats allotted to the British India, 292 members were to be drawn from the 11 governors, provinces, and 4 from the 4 chief commissioners, provinces, 1 from each. So moving on to the enactment of Constitution. So the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar introduced the final draft of Constitution in the Assembly on November 4, 1948, which means the first draft. Okay. And the Assembly had a general discussion, I think for 5 days continuously, which means till November 9, 1948. And later they had a second reading and third reading. And the Constitution as adopted on November 26, 1949 contained a preamble, 395 article and 8 schedules. And the preamble was enacted after the entire Constitution was already enacted. And some provision of Constitution pertaining to citizenship, elections, provisional parliament, temporary and transitional provisions, and short title contains in Article 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 324, 366 came into force on November 26, 1949 itself. And the remaining part of the provision, which means the major part of the Constitution, came into force in January 26, 1950. Okay. And this date is refers to as the date of its commencement and celebrated as the Republic Day. Okay. So moving on to the salient features of the Constitution, that is actually the highlight of today's video. First one, it is the lengthiest written Constitution. Okay. First salient features of our Indian Constitution is it is the longest or lengthiest written Constitution. So the Constitution are classified into two. Okay. So first one, written Constitution like American Constitution, and unwritten Constitution like British Constitution. Okay. So Indian Constitution is the lengthiest written Constitution of the world. It is a very comprehensive, elaborated and detailed document. So originally, that was in 1949 when it was actually framing. The Constitution contains a preamble, 395 article, which was actually divided into 22 parts and 8 schedules. So no Constitution in the world having so many articles and schedules. What is actually constituting to this elephant size of our Constitution? So there are many factors which is actually contributing to make so many articles and schedules. So now we can check what are the factors which is contributing to the elephant size of our written Constitution. Okay. So the first factor is geographical factor, because India's vastness and diversity actually contributing for this lengthiest or the elephant size of our Constitution. And the second factor is historical factor. Say for example, the influence of Government of India Act of 1935, which was actually bulky. Okay. And third one, single constitution for both center and state. And fourth one, dominance of legal luminaries in the Constituent Assembly. So second salient features. Moving on to the second salient features, it is drawn from various sources. So the Constitution of India has borrowed its provision from various other countries' provision and also from Government of India Act of 1935. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar proudly acclaimed that the Constitution of India has been framed after ransacking all the non-constitution of the world. So the philosophical part of the Indian Constitution, that is fundamental rights and directive principle of our state policy, actually derived from inspiration of the Constitution of American Constitution and Irish Constitution respectively. Okay. And the political part of our constitution largely derived from the British constitution. Okay. And other part of our constitution have been drawn from Constitution of Canada, Australia, Germany, USSR now known as Russia, France, South Africa, Japan, and so on. Okay. And the most profound influence and material source of our Indian constitution is actually from Government of India Act 1935. Okay. So moving on to the third salient features of our Indian constitution. It is a blend of rigidity and flexibility. So as I mentioned before, our constitution contains two parts, that is rigid and flexible. So rigid means it need a special procedure for its amendment. Example like American Constitution. Whereas in other hand, it is flexible, which means it can be amended in the same manner as the ordinary law are made, as same as British Constitution. Okay. So moving on to the next salient feature, that is federal system with unitary bias. The Constitution of India establishes a federal system of government and it contains all the usual features of a federation like two government division of powers, written constitution, supremacy of constitution, rigidity of constitution, independent judiciary and bicameralism. However, on the other hand, we can say that the Indian Constitution contains large number of unitary, or we can say that the non-federal features. Say for example, a strong center, single constitution, single citizenship, flexibility of constitution, integrated judiciary, appointment of state governor by center, all India services, emergency provision and so on. Okay. So the next salient feature of Indian Constitution is parliamentary form of government. So the Constitution of India has opted the British parliamentary system of government rather than American presidential system of government. And the parliamentary system is mainly based on the principle of cooperation and coordination between legislative and executive organs, while the federation system mainly based on doctrine of separation power between two organs. Okay. So now we can check some of the features of parliamentary government in India. Okay. First one is of nominal and real executive. Second one, majority party rule. Third one, collective responsibility of the executive to the legislature. And next one, leadership of the prime minister or chief minister. And last one, dissolution of the lower house. Next one, the next feature is fundamental rights. Part 3rd of Indian Constitution guarantee fundamental rights to all citizens. So now we can check what all are the fundamental rights. First one, right to equality. It is from Article 14 to 18. Second one, right to freedom. It is from Article 19 to 22. And third one, right against exploitation from Articles 23 to 24. Next one, right to freedom of religion. It is from Article 25 to 28. And cultural and educational rights. Article 29, 30. And right to constitutional remedy. Article 32. And the fundamental rights are actually for promoting the idea of political democracy. Okay. Last salient feature of our Indian Constitution, directive principle of state policy. According to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the directive principle of state policy is novel feature of Indian Constitution, and they are enumerated in the part 4 of our Indian Constitution, and they can be classified into 3 broad categories, that are socialist, Gandhian and liberal intellectual. The remaining the features of Indian Constitution I will mention here.
Synthesis of parliamentary sovereignty and judicial supremacy, integrated and independent judiciary, fundamental duties, secular state, single citizenship, independent bodies, emergency provisions and three-tier government. So I will explain in detail all these features in my upcoming videos because we need to cover preambles and many other part of our Indian Constitution. So I will explain all these features.
And some of the criticism of Indian Constitution also I'm just mentioning here. I'm not elaborating in detail. I will just point out what all are the criticism was for Indian Constitution. Okay. So the first criticism, it is actually the bore out Constitution. Second one, carbon copy of the 1935 Act. Third criticism was actually un-Indian or anti-Indian constitution. So the critics mention Indian constitution as anti-Indian because they mentioned that it is actually not based on to the political tradition and the spirit of India. And they said that the foreign nature of the constitution make it unsuitable to the Indian situation or unworkable in India. So that was actually the criticism. And moving on to the next criticism. So the next criticism is the Indian Constitution is un-Gandhian Constitution because the critics mention the Indian Constitution as un-Gandhian Constitution because the Indian Constitution does not contain the philosophy and ideals of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. Next criticism was the size of the Indian Constitution. It is actually big in size. So elephant size of the Constitution was the next criticism. Okay. So I will just mention the important article of the Constitution of India. Okay.
So Article 1, name and territory of the Union. Article 3, formation of new states and alternation of areas, boundaries or name of existing states. Article 13, laws inconsistent with or in derogation of fundamental rights. Article 14, equality before law. Article 16, equality of opportunity in matter of public employment. Article 17, abolition of untouchability. Article 19, protection of certain rights regarding freedom of speech, etc. Article 21, protection of life and personal liberty. Article 21A, right to elementary education. Article 25, freedom of consciences and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. And Article 30, right of minority to establish and administrate educational institution. Article 31C, saving of laws giving effect to certain directive principles. Article 32, remedies for enforcement of fundamental rights including writs. Article 38, state to secure a social order for promotion of welfare of the people. Article 40, organization of village panchayats. Article 44, uniform civil code for the citizens. Article 45, provision for early childhood care and education to children below the age of 6 years. Article 46, promotion of educational and economic interest of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and other weaker sections. And Article 50, separation of judiciary from executive. Article 51, promotion of international peace and security. Article 51A, fundamental duties. Article 72, power of president to grant pardons, etc. and to suspend, remit or commute sentence in certain cases. And Article 74, Council of Ministers to aid and advise the president. So now we can check some of the sources of the Constitution. First one, Government of India Act of 1935. So features borrowed from Government of India Act of 1935 are Federal Scheme, Office of Governor, Judiciary, Public Service Commissions, Emergency Provisions and Administrative Details. British Constitution, features borrowed from British Constitutions, Parliamentary Government, Rule of Law, Legislative Procedure, Single Citizenship, Cabinet System, Prerogative Writs, Parliamentary Privileges and Bicameralism. US Constitution, Fundamental Rights, Independence of Judiciary, Judicial Review, Impeachment of the President, Removal of Supreme Court and High Court Judges and Post of Vice President. And from Irish Constitution, Directive Principle of State Policy, Nomination of Members to Rajya Sabha and Method of Election of President. And from Canadian Constitution, Federation with a strong centre, vesting of residuary power in the center, appointment of state governors by the center, and advisory jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. From Australian Constitution, concurrent list, freedom of trade, commerce and intercourse, and joint sitting of the two houses of parliament, and Russian Constitution, fundamental duties and the ideal of justice in the preamble, and French Constitution, republic and the idea of liberty, equality and fraternity in the preamble, and South African Constitution, procedure for amendment of the constitution and election of members of Rajya Sabha, and from Japanese Constitution, procedure established by law.
So thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any doubt, you can comment below this video or else you can mail me on my mail ID.